Good morning, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us for China 2022. This is our first digital show to get all of you out there at Next Star Nation ready for the upcoming Winter Olympic Games. I'm Will DuPree, coming to you from Austin, Texas.
And good morning, everyone. Good morning, Will. I'm Andrew Marden, based in Fresno, California. Will, I love the inspirational music that we have. It feels like we're doing it up even bigger this time.
I know we had to add the music to it to try to just get that feel, that sense of readiness for the Winter Olympic Games.
I know. I love it. And I will be going to Beijing. I'm one of the reporters of the Next Star Nation, headed over to China to help cover the Olympics. Later on in this show, we will introduce you to the entire team of journalists. And there are two people not in that picture that we will mention as well.
Yeah, we will, definitely, for sure. Andrew, how are you feeling about going to the Winter Olympic Games? Because you got back not too long ago from covering the Summer Games in Tokyo.
That's right, Will. So it was actually really funny. You know, we just passed the 100-day mark out from Beijing, and that was only 80 days removed from the end of the Tokyo Games. Obviously, a very unique situation with the pandemic, the Olympics having been postponed for the first time in history, not due to a world war. And so, yeah, we really didn't know what to expect going to Tokyo. COVID-19 made things incredibly challenging, of course, but an incredible experience to still tell the stories of the athletes who were there and to do so while making history because, you know, you're dealing with a worldwide pandemic. So no reservations on my part. I know Beijing, the protocols and restrictions are going to be a bit stricter. We'll be talking about that a little bit later in this show, but excited for the opportunity to share these winter athletes stories coming up here in a couple of months.
Yeah, well, right now, since we're jumping right into the show, let's touch on a few headlines. It's certainly not feeling much like winter at all here in Texas, and definitely not where you are in California, Andrew. But in the Olympic host city, people living in Beijing are dealing with a pretty big snowfall at the moment.
Yeah, they are. Actually, I believe it was the first snowfall that is not man-made that actually just appeared in Beijing, right? And that's something, do we have video of this? We do.
We do have some pictures.
You know, it does actually look like winter. Check this out. Across northern China, heavy snow that led to highway closures and the suspension of bus services on more than 160 routes. Beijing's two major airports also canceled or delayed flights. Some areas expected to receive as much as 11 inches of snow during this winter storm. However, the snow is a welcome sight at the Olympic skiing venues. Beijing's climate is typically dry. Most of the snow for the competitions is expected to be artificial. Now get this, Will. State media reported that snow would not be removed from neighborhoods with COVID-19 cases. To stop the spread of the virus, China has taken unusually strict measures under a zero-tolerance approach.
Yeah, China is maintaining that strict policy as it deals with the worst COVID outbreak since the first wave of infections began last year in Wuhan. But get this, we should point out that recent case numbers are only in the dozens. As you can see right here, on Sunday alone, China reported 50 symptomatic cases across 9 provinces. That is a large area. And since the pandemic began, the country's had almost 127,000 cases and more than 5,600 deaths. China is reporting 75% of its population is now fully vaccinated. To put that into perspective, take a look at the numbers for the U.S. Here in America, we have reported more than 46 million cases of coronavirus and over 751,000 deaths from COVID.
And Will, for how long were you and I talking about the fact that in Japan, only about 2% of the population was vaccinated leading up to the Tokyo Olympics? They didn't start rolling out those vaccines until about 2 or 3 months before the start of the Olympics. So certainly a different situation from what we're seeing now versus, you know, a few months ago leading up to the Tokyo Games.
So many more precautions, it seems, there in China.
That's right, and the strict containment policy in China is carrying over to the safety protocols laid out for the Olympics. The first version of the playbook has been released. There will be more versions, of course. The International Olympic Committee and organizers have released their playbooks for everyone taking part at the Games, at least, again, the first version. Throughout the Olympics, athletes and other officials will have to remain in what's called a closed loop. They'll undergo daily testing. I should say we will undergo daily testing because I will be there and going through this as well. Daily testing for COVID-19 We can only visit approved locations using specific transportation. Under these rules, all participants also have to be fully vaccinated at least 14 days prior to our departure for China. Additionally, family, spectators, and sponsors from outside China will not be allowed to attend. It's the same policy that was in place for the Summer Games in Tokyo. So at least I guess we're kind of used to it at this point, Will. I really did wish that they would at least allow the athletes to have maybe two family members with them, if everybody brings two people with them, because it was really difficult to tell these stories of athletes wishing that they could share this moment, share these experiences with their family and friends. They all did the same thing we're doing right now. They got on the computer, they did Zooms, they did FaceTimes, so they still communicated with their families, but it was so strange to see the best athletes in the world and there not be a cheering section for any of them.
Yeah, they're competing pretty much alone outside their teammates, which is just a different vibe for sure. And now, as you mentioned, we are less than 100 days away from the start of the opening ceremony, and pushback is happening at the moment against China hosting the Winter Olympic Games. Notably, the Boston Celtics star Enes Kanter called for a boycott because of alleged human rights abuses in China. During several games back in October, Kanter wore shoes with messages painted on them like you see here. Things like "No Beijing 2022" and "No rights, no games." In a series of social media posts, he also called the Chinese president, Xi Jinping, a dictator. These demonstrations led the NBA's broadcast partner in China to announce that it would not show any current or archived Celtics games on its platforms. Very different there as we head, just less than 100 days into the games.
Yeah, Will, that will continue to be a storyline that we're certainly monitoring. Olympic ice dancers Madison Chock and Evan Bates recently weighed in on the calls to boycott the Winter Games. And while they shared their support for the protesters' cause to defend human rights, Bates said that skipping the Olympics is not the answer.
To boycott the games would be to not take the opportunity to shed light on this topic. And so, we're here and we will field the question and speak about how important it is to come together and to represent the Olympic movement, which is all about, togetherness and humanity and representing the best of what sport offers and lifting each other up and participating and trying your best. And even if you don't win, you still succeed. And I think those are the most beautiful things about what it is to be human. And to boycott the games would be, I don't think, the right move, because we wouldn't be able to talk about what is so great about the Olympics and what is so special about being an Olympian.
Will, how many times have you and I talked on the Japan 2020 live stream just about athletes being able to use their platforms to share messages? And there were a lot of messages. Obviously, the world has gone through a lot of changes in the last year and a half to 2 years. I appreciate what he's saying, and we'll have to see if everyone takes it seriously and everyone kind of falls in line with what he's saying.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see how the host country might handle any kind of messages like that when the athletes are actually on Chinese soil. We'll have to see what happens there. But, as there is pushback happening against the Games, the U.S. organizers for the Olympics are still going forward with holding Olympic trials to decide which athletes will go ahead and compete over in China to represent America. If you take a look right here, here are some of the important dates coming up. Everyone's favorite winter sport, curling, has its first trials in Omaha, Nebraska, starting on November 12th. It goes to the 21st, so coming up here pretty soon. There will also be short track speed skating that follows in Salt Lake City in December.
American figure skaters set to compete for a coveted spot on the Olympic team when their trials begin just after the new year in Nashville. Long track speed skating will happen around the same time in Milwaukee. Will, I love the trials, and I was fortunate to go to Eugene, Oregon, right before the summer games this past summer, just a few months ago, obviously in Tokyo, to cover the track and field trials for the Next Star Nation, and just an electric atmosphere. They were allowing fans to go to those venues. So, parents, obviously friends, et cetera, spectators, they can go to the trials. And so at least that way you can cheer on your loved ones, cheer on, those who will be representing the country at the next level on the worldwide stage. The trials are great. I love the trials. And like you, I'm a big curling fan. Those curlers won gold in Pyeongchang. They were rock stars. They were wearing the medals around their neck. They got more than their 15 minutes of fame in South Korea. It was so great to see.
Oh, we'll see if they can keep up the streak with gold this time. Andrew, leading up to the Olympic Games, as we've mentioned, the athletes are really a part of the biggest story of this. We want to see them succeed, and you and many members of our team have gotten a chance to speak to some of the athletes who will be going to Beijing.
I did, and recently I actually had the chance to catch up with a gold medalist from Pyeongchang. She's a hockey player. She has a really interesting story. Kendall Coyne Schofield, who was married to a football player, but because of their odd training schedules, they don't even really get to see each other, but they're making it work.
It's our pleasure right now to speak with Kendall Coyne Schofield, a captain on the U.S. Women's Olympic Hockey Team. Kendall, you guys won gold in Pyeongchang. So is the expectation that you're going to win gold again in Beijing?
It sure is. I think anytime we have the opportunity to represent our country at the highest level, there's nothing better than being at the top, and that's our goal, and that's what we work for every day is to bring back a gold medal.
And obviously, you guys beat Canada to win gold in Pyeongchang, and all the experts are saying it's going to be between you guys and Canada. Do you want that rematch for gold?
I want to play whoever deserves to be there. Definitely, if that's them, that's them. But that tournament will be played, but the two best teams deserve to be in the final, and that's who we want to be there, and we want to obviously be at the top at the end of the tournament.
So the pandemic has changed everybody's perspective on sports, on life in general. How have you handled going through COVID-19?
It's definitely been very difficult, especially as an athlete. There's a lot of things that have been canceled, shifted, adjusted, and, like everybody and everything, I think women's sports has taken a different hit than we've seen in men's sports specifically. However, I know that I'm very fortunate to be in the position I'm in and to have the resources and the things that I had, especially in the midst of the pandemic, whether that was, meals and safety. And there's so many people that were without that I think during the pandemic, I saw it as an opportunity to help others, to give back where help was needed, because I was in a very fortunate position to have the things that I had here in my home. And there were so many people without. So I know that was something that was really important to my husband and I while we were here in Chicago on lockdown, able to help where we could help.
You mentioned husband. You got married since the last Winter Olympics. Can you kind of take us through what it's like right now to be a married woman in pursuit of a gold medal?
Well, we live a unique lifestyle, both being elite athletes. So we don't see each other much, but when we get the opportunity to, we cherish those moments. But we're each other's biggest fans in our careers and also in life. And so this is definitely our busiest year. He's in LA, I'm in Minnesota, and everywhere else but LA. But it's we know it once the season comes to an end, we'll be together again. But I'm very thankful to have his support, obviously not only in sport but in life.
What's so great about that, Andrew, is that they both kind of have an understanding of what they do professionally. So maybe that's what allows it to work, even though they are in two very different places, both climate-wise and location.
Will, that is the definition of a strong bond right there. In order to make a marriage work when you guys are, it's one thing to do a long-distance relationship, but she's training, he's in his season. I don't know how often they get the chance to see each other. It doesn't sound like very much, but they've known each other for a long time. I could go into their relationship story, but they both grew up in the same town. They didn't know each other in high school, but that's kind of how they got connected. So their story's pretty great. She's a terrific athlete. He obviously is a terrific athlete as well, too. So they find a way to make it work, and that's a great story. And yeah, Team USA, the women's hockey team going for another gold medal. I would not be surprised at all. I'm sure you wouldn't either if it's the U.S. against Canada again for gold. In Pyeongchang is when they won it 3 years ago, and then in another couple of months in Beijing.
Oh, wow. And I love that photo of him holding her up while she had the medal around her neck. Just amazing.
He's like 1.5 feet taller than her, too.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
also
he's a 6'5" NFL player, and I think she's like 5'4", or something like that.
And a beast on the ice hockey rink, that's for sure. Well, we also want to introduce everybody today to our full team of Next Star Nation journalists who will be going to Beijing to cover the Winter Olympics in February. And you all are going to meet today everyone who will appear in front of and behind the camera.
I know. We're very excited about that, Will. So we've had some terrific teams that have gone with us to the Olympics in the past. This will actually be my 4th Olympic Games.
Wow.
I keep joking that they just keep wanting to send me out of the country. You know, nobody wants me to be in the country. So they just say, you know, we're going to send you as far away as possible. But no, incredible experiences that I've had. I'm excited to work with this team, a lot of whom I have worked with in the past. You know, Jack Doles, of course, we call him the Godfather. We've seen him on this live stream. He's talked about the Super Bowl, talked about the Olympics. But yeah, so the team is 7 people that are headed from the U.S. to Beijing to have reports that are going to appear daily. And as you mentioned, both in front of and behind the camera, we've got Jack Doles, Matt Barnes, Maria-Elena Boloris, and myself, who are all returning from Tokyo. We're introducing Jayla Washington to the team. She works with you in Austin, Texas. Looking forward to meeting her and working with her. And we have 2 photojournalists, David Kraut, who is based in Tampa, Florida, and Jeff Myers, who works with Maria-Elena in Norfolk. So let's get to meet this team a little bit.
Hi, I'm Jack Doles, sports director at Wood TV in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and I'm excited to be headed to another Olympics. The Beijing Games will be my 12th, my 5th Winter Games. I also covered Calgary, Torino, Sochi, and Pyeongchang. And this will be my 2nd Olympic assignment in Beijing. It's the first city to host both the Summer and the Winter Games. The Olympics have long been a passion of mine. I was hooked the first time I watched Franz Klammer fly through the downhill in Austria back in 1976. The difference between triumph and heartbreak is often hundredths of a second. And having covered the Olympics as long as I have, I understand the commitment and the sacrifices the athletes have to make just to get to this stage. It's inspiring. Now, quite a few media outlets that consistently sent crews to the Olympics in the past pulled out of the Tokyo Games. Our team was the biggest we've sent to any Olympics, so we were able to give you a feel for what it was like to be in a place so few people were allowed to be. And we're committed to doing that again in Beijing. We're sending 5 reporters and 2 photojournalists to China. Like Tokyo, foreign fans won't be allowed to attend the Games, so we'll be your eyes and ears on the ground in Beijing.
I'm Maria-Elena Boloris, and I'm an anchor and reporter at Wavy TV in Norfolk, Virginia. This will be my 2nd Olympic Games. I just came back from Tokyo not too long ago. I am super excited to head to Beijing and to bring you the stories of these athletes, share the moments that they've been working toward for years. When it comes to specific sports, I've never skied. I'm a terrible ice skater, but I cannot wait to watch freestyle skiing, aerial skiing, and ice skating.
I'm Jeff Myers, chief photojournalist at Wavy TV in Norfolk, Virginia, and this will be my 3rd Olympics, and I'm looking forward to helping the Next Star team tell the amazing stories of our athletes, this time in Beijing.
Hey everyone, my name is Jayla Washington. I'm a reporter here in Austin, Texas. This is actually going to be my very first Olympics that I'm covering, so I am the rookie of the team and looking forward to it. I think what I'm most excited about covering the Winter Olympics is just getting to meet all of the athletes who have just worked so hard to help make all of their dreams come true. So really looking forward to telling those stories.
Hi, I'm Matt Barnes, and I work here at NBC4 in Columbus, Ohio. Looking forward to going to my 2nd Olympic Games. Just came back from Tokyo covering the 2020 Summer Games there. Really looking forward to seeing speed skating, the thrill, the danger of that sport, and then, of course, seeing the NHL players take that hockey ice in Beijing. Should be a lot of fun.
I'm Dave Kraut, a photojournalist at WFLA in Tampa, Florida. Over the last 19 years, I've covered major news events across the Bay Area and the state of Florida. From hurricanes,
these waves continuing to get larger as we
to the space program and major sporting events. Through my camera lens, you will experience the Winter Olympics along with our Next Star Nation team of journalists.
Wow, Andrew, that is a stacked team for sure. Again, 5 reporters, 2 photojournalists going.
Yeah, motivational, inspirational, and obviously I am also a part of that team as well. You guys who have been watching this live stream since I took over for our esteemed colleague Aaron Cargile about a year ago, I want to say at this point.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm based in Fresno, California. Been in the business almost 20 years, even though people tell me that I look like I'm about 25 or 26 years old. Been doing this for a while. This will be my 4th Olympic Games, and you know, I'll echo what Jack said. It's the ability to be the eyes and the ears of everyone on the ground, be the eyes and the ears of everyone who is not going to be on the ground in Beijing, because unfortunately, fans, foreign spectators are not. They're not going to be allowed to go to the Olympics again, which is disappointing. understandable but disappointing. So it is our job to provide the stories and provide a little bit of color, to everything that's going on. So looking forward to it. For Jack, it'll be his 12th Olympic Games. He mentioned having already covered an Olympic Games in Beijing because they hosted the Summer Olympics back in 2008. We should just let Jack do everything. Just say, look, you've been here before, you know all this. We'll be your support team, but we'll just let you take point. Which is probably what we're going to do anyway.
That is the most experienced member of the team for sure. And he said that he's been, again, to both Beijing Games for the summer and winter, and it's the only Olympic city that's ever done that particular thing.
It has, and what's really neat is, so here's some Olympic trivia for you, Will. Okay. London, out of all the cities in the world, London has hosted the most Olympic Games. 2012 was the third Olympic Games in London. Paris and Los Angeles will join that three-host city club by the time LA hosts in 2028, because Paris has the games. The next Olympics after this is the Summer Olympics in 2024, Paris hosting those games, and then LA in 2028. I also want to give a shout out to Maria Elena Boloris, who recently got married. She was somehow, Will, planning a wedding and covering the Olympics at the same time. She is a trooper and a rock star. Great team. Looking forward to working with everybody.
Talent all around. Well, before we go, we just have one more story to talk about, and a lot of people look forward to the fashion, what people will be wearing during the opening and closing ceremony, and we do know now that Ralph Lauren will dress the American athletes during the closing ceremonies.
Yes, and we know exactly what the athletes will wear during the closing ceremony. I'd say drum roll, please, but let's just get right to it because people want to see this. And of course, it's going to be cold, so that's why you have these hooded puffer jackets, red and blue plaid, which is made from recycled polyester and recycled down. Looks like it's fashion show time here, Will. The athletes will also wear a turtleneck sweater with the American flag and the Olympic rings in white. The sweater is made of responsibly sourced U.S. wool, that's what the company said. That effort goes hand in hand with a Ralph Lauren promise to use more sustainable products. Ralph Lauren has been the official outfitter of Team USA since 2008. You know what's missing here, though, Will?
What's that?
Those jean jackets from Team Canada. You got to bring those back. We got to find a way to bring those back.
I am sure. I would hope that Canada would maybe pull off the Canadian tuxedo for their maybe Winter Olympic game gear. I mean, why not?
Would it have moose antlers on it? Is that a bit inappropriate to say?
We'll see. And like a mounted person on the horses and everything, and maybe some maple syrup thrown in. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. I also want to mention, too, so in addition to bringing back these live streams, and it's always fun to catch up with you, Will, and talk Olympics headlines, you're going to be you are a part of the team as well, too. I know you did the daily live stream that, unfortunately, I was not a part of in Tokyo just because our schedules didn't necessarily match up, but we have the weekly Journey to Beijing stories that are airing on stations nationwide, on this website as well. We've got an upcoming Olympic special, Journey to Beijing, that's going to air through the month of November. I recently went to Salt Lake City record that special. I'm going to Lake Placid next month for another Olympic special that's going to air in January. So even though, as you mentioned, in Texas and California right now, it might not feel like winter, it does in some parts of the country, but we are gearing up for the Beijing Olympics and a really unique experience on NBC because you've got the Winter Olympics and the Super Bowl taking place at the same time. We'll dive into that a little bit more on the next live stream in December. But, Will, what are your thoughts on that? Because part of me likes it, and part of me wishes it was a bit more spaced out. I'm not sure which way I'm leaning right now.
I don't know how to feel about it exactly. I mean, because in the news business, we kind of gear up our coverage around big events. Well, now we have two in the very same month going on at the very same time. So how that will be carried out, don't know exactly sure, but we're going to ride the wave as long as it's available.
Yeah, NBC will figure it out. They've got, a talented team of reporters and journalists, with that huge umbrella, that NBC umbrella, news channel umbrella. So one way or another, it'll be terrific. And for the viewers at home, our hope is that by the time March gets here, that number one, we can actually get some sleep. That's probably first and foremost our goal, but also that we could have provided you coverage because we will have a team of reporters at the Super Bowl as well, too. So this live stream, of course, focused on the Olympics, but we will have you covered from top to bottom, from the Super Bowl as well, which is taking place in the brand new, or close to brand new, it's about a year old, SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. So you've got that to look forward to in February as well.
Plenty to talk about. But Andrew, thank you again for joining us today for the launch of China 2022. We appreciate it.
You bet. I like the graphics, Will. Like the graphics and the inspirational music. So we're looking forward to it. Our next live stream will be on Tuesday, December 7th, correct?
That is right.
All right. So everyone out there, have a great month of November. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you too as well. To you too as well, Will. I said that backwards. And we'll talk to you all in a few weeks.
All right. See you all later. Take care.